Also touching on something, guys. One thing I mentioned to get onto it was it's very easy as lads to beat yourself up after a confrontational situation, like I mentioned yesterday. And I got a little sidetracked in the beginning, but now, I just want to talk about that a bit more. The advice I wanted to give was, look at the result. What was the outcome, right? Not what you did necessarily, but what was the result of what you did. Is everyone around you safe? Like, there's been times where I've needed to get a bit aggressive and confrontational, which I don't like doing, okay? Not a very assertive person by nature. I have a difficult time. Like I say, I've done security work and stewarding a little bit, now a very little bit, as just telling people where they can and can't park. Not kind of getting a little confrontational with people, but nothing like what a bouncer would do. I would not be able to be a bouncer, put it that way, because you're dealing with arseholes all day. You're dealing with aggressive, drugged up, boozed up people who are just out for a fight. And if you're not capable of dealing with confrontation, that type of job just doesn't work for you. But I don't want that type of job. That looks like a fucking terrible job. And you look at my personality and my uncle's, and my uncle did it, and he just has that cockiness and almost arrogance about him. That is not me. I don't have that self-assuredness to do a job like that. I bring up being a bouncer because of that gear guy. Love his channel. Big shout out to his channel again. Any young fellas looking for just an honest, down-to-earth lad who has been in confrontational situations, watch him. What I would say is, was everyone safe? Did everyone avoid either getting battered? Do they still have all their belongings? Like, was something robbed on them? Because, when you get people coming up to you, hassling you, looking for stuff off you, you're kind of there thinking, oh, he made a little bitch, a little fool out of me. Look, it's uncomfortable to talk about, but it's something I think needs being said. It makes you feel down about yourself. It was John Kavanagh, Conor McGregor's coach, and he went to my school. And he came in, he told us he was basically bedridden for 9 months because he got his arse handed to him in a fight. He was with his girlfriend, and a group of lads came up to him. Now, he talks about it, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing, but he said that's what got him into fighting, MMA. And it's very easy for that to happen, because the shame, the guilt of thinking, oh, I'm a little pussy, I just got battered. And I understand. I know what you mean. That's something as lads that I think we need to discuss more, so that we normalise it. It is very uncomfortable. Like in situations where you think, oh, he made a fool out of you, like, you got absolutely destroyed there, verbally. Now, that gear guy, Paul, I think his name is Paul, I'm just going to say it. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think it is. He says strike first if you feel threatened, so that you're not in the back foot. Obviously he knows a lot more than me. Just saying, like, he does. He's been in way more confrontational situations. He's a lot older, a lot wiser. He was saying if you feel threatened, if you feel immediately in danger, strike first. And kind of like, it does make sense. If you feel someone is going to hit you, get the first shot in, basically. But that's his own channel, and I recommend you check that out if you're looking for any sound advice on your sort of conflict and how to resolve it. With me, it's been like a lot of cases the numbers are against you, and you're kind of like, look, if a fight breaks out here, knowing when the guys you're with aren't going to be very good, they're not going to help you, they're not going to have your back, or even if they do have your back, chances are you will lose because the other guys are bigger, stronger, more intimidating, tougher kind of looking. So what I would recommend highly is that you use your words before your fists. Highly recommend that. I'm I'm still trying to work up the courage to join jiu-jitsu or get back into boxing or something. To be honest, my mental headspace is all over the shop, so I'm trying to just get sorted with work, other things, other priorities, doing a bit of rugby coaching. My day-to-day is quite boring now. Was very entertaining before, a little too entertaining, but I was afraid of being boring, so I wanted this mad lifestyle that got me into a lot of trouble, and now I'm just content. I'm happy with the little things, and I have down days which can get quite bad, like I mentioned in the last few videos. But look, one thing that I think definitely gets people down and gives them anxiety is when they've been in a threatening situation and I felt like they haven't dealt with it the right way. Okay, and I understand completely where you guys are coming from. For women it's a bit different, like, that's for sure. If you're out with your girlfriend and your girlfriend has to batter a lad for you, you're kind of like, yeah, now come on. I mean, your girlfriend could be an MMA fighter, you might not be. If it works for you, I ain't judging. But as a rule of thumb, it's usually a case where it'll be the lad defending his girlfriend. And even like if I have friends that are female, they're not my girlfriend, I will feel a responsibility kind of that I put on myself to look after them, to make sure they're safe. I think reading a situation before it breaks out is a great piece of advice. Looking at it, checking the lad out, saying, like if they're going off and they're dancing with this fella you think might be up to no good, just coming and having a look, letting them know you're in the vicinity, you're there if they need you, and if they want to give you a nod, say, can you please get this creep away from us, you can do that. Going around throwing haymakers when there's no situation is not a good idea. You don't know if that fella has a knife, you don't know if he's got mates with him. Keep yourself safe as well, but look after your friends, right? And I mean, look after everyone, male or female. And I would never say let someone get battered or attacked, but kind of be like, if this person wouldn't do the same thing for me, am I going to do the same for them? If they just leave me, if they treat me like shit, don't put yourself out for those who don't put themselves out for you, Like, I have used words in so many situations, kind of use positive body language, like hands up, kind of letting them know I won't be taken for a fool. Like, some lads will come over and they'll start grabbing your stuff. They'll start taking your stuff to go, look, I'm taking this is mine now, I've taken this from you, just so you know, FYI, you're not getting it back. And I just grabbed, like, a phone. Someone tried taking my phone before. I was like, that's mine, give it back. Or like I told you with my hurl. I was playing hurling and I was like, I'm not fucking giving it to you. Now, I don't have the best way with words, but I was like, no, not getting it. I was assertive and they moved on to my mate, but yeah. You also can't fix everyone's problems. Sometimes you have to let them know you'll be there for them. But and my brother will want to deal with stuff himself. He doesn't want me getting involved in everything, and that's his thing. I have to respect that 100%. If someone's in immediate danger, it's kind of more what I'm talking about, Hindsight, as I say, is 2020. It's a great thing to have looking back, but a confrontational situation is the amygdala. It's that lizard part of our brain, that primitive part that goes fight, flight, freeze, appease. That's what I say, freeze or appease, not fawn. I don't really like that word. I like it to rhyme. Freeze, appease, motherfucker. But when I was a kid, it would be freeze, because it's adults getting angry, you kind of freeze up. So you kind of learn negative stuff, and then, as I say, when it was reinforced, violence is bad, you're not allowed to defend yourself, you kind of do go, look, I'm not allowed. You do freeze, you're kind of like, oh, well, what do I do here? Anybody ever watched The Incredibles, where Violet is always told her special powers are like she can go invisible and has a force field, and Elastigirl, pull yourself together. Elastigirl always tells her and Dash that they're not allowed to use their powers. You might think, where the hell is he going with this? But hear me out. So she's always saying that the kids have to keep hidden. Like, Dash isn't allowed to win the school race because that'll draw suspicion that he's a superhero. His thing is super speed. Violet's not allowed to go invisible or use her force field. But then all of a sudden shit hits the fan and she's like, we need your force field now. Come on, do it. It's kind of like that with me, you know. It's like, you're telling me my whole life not to be angry, not to lose my temper, and then it's like, oh, you were a little bitch there, you didn't do anything, you know, you let people walk all over you. You're kind of there thinking, I was told I'm not allowed so often. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt. So I was kind of like, I'm only going to get in trouble, so I have to kind of use this when someone is physically threatening me. And I mean, there is value to that. You know, like, when you have someone saying stuff to you, like, most of the time, if they want to physically attack you, they'll do it. They might want to get a rise out of you. They want the moral high ground. They want you to hit them first, so they have justification. Or what they might try and do even is get you to lose control. You throw a fist, out of control. They're counting on that. They want to hit you, so they'll grab you. Now, sometimes you might be threatened by a lad who does MMA. In that case, you go, alright, I'm definitely not going to win this. I better use my words. Let's try to avoid a fight with this fella. If it happens, it happens. It's inevitably going to happen, and we'll get your arse handed to you. You know? That's just the way of life, sadly. Alcohol increases the chances of you getting into a physical altercation. 100%. 100% it does. Your inhibitions are lowered. You might have hormones flying around over women on a nightclub dance floor or in a bar, whatever. It increases the odds. Cocaine, in my experience, like, it makes people very anxious, paranoid, and aggressive. Cokeheads are not the most relaxed people, put it that way. The ones I've met anyway are very, you know, jittery, and their eyes are fucking wide open. They're very intense. Stoners are like, whoa, bro. It's kind of like nobody ever attacked anyone on weed alone, unless you get a bad batch. But it's kind of just like, there was a situation, right, broke out. As a result of what you did, no one got hurt. You're out of the situation now. None of your stuff got stolen. You still have everything. You still have your fucking teeth intact. You still have your mates with you. Nothing bad happened. The result was achieved. Out, like, the objective achieved. Think of the objective. Get out of this situation. Did you do that? Scot-free, without any injury or possessions stolen? Grand. You succeeded. You know? At one point that gear guy makes that I really, really like is that we all have insecurities, and if you're out with a girlfriend and someone's saying stuff and you're a fella, you could choose to be a real hothead about that and go, what you fucking saying, you know, be squaring up to people in the intense eyes. You get into a fight. Does your girlfriend want to be giving a statement to the police, covered in blood, her nice dress ruined, you battered, her worried sick, what's after happening to you? No, she doesn't. And I imagine any of the good women I've seen out there will say, just leave it. I mean, I've seen good women with bad fellas, and that's what I've spoken about before, where they're always apologising for the fella. They don't want it. It makes them uncomfortable. You know, like, I know girls love bad boys and all this stuff, but it's kind of just a phase. You're kind of like, can you look after her? Can you protect her? Can you make her feel safe? That would be the main thing I'd be looking for, you know, if I were a woman. But I like doing it anyway. I'm worried nowadays, you know, you never know what's going to go on. Makes me very uncomfortable. But like before, good group of female friends, asked them were they okay, did they want me to say something to a fella, because I didn't know if they were comfortable or uncomfortable. They appreciated that I offered, and they said, no thanks, I'm okay, but thanks very much for asking. I was like, no bother, just let me know. They appreciate that I've asked, but now need to go any further. I've asked. I recommend asking them. Don't just do something on their behalf. It's kind of disrespectful to them. It's undermining their ability to look after themselves. And I don't like saying, oh, they can look after themselves. That wouldn't be my style, but a lot of people prefer to do that. Like I say, my brother, his shit, he wanted to do it himself. Didn't want me getting involved. I gotta respect that. Remember, guys, if you get into a confrontational situation, is everyone okay afterwards? As a result of your actions, is everyone safe? Did everyone get out of that situation? Good. Objective complete. Does everyone still have their wallet, their shirt? Do they still have their shoes? And look, even there might be cases where, like say a jacket or a wallet gets robbed on you, your phone gets robbed. It's shit. It's a horrible feeling. You don't know who did it. You can get heated, you can get angry, but shit happens. I've got to learn to do it, like let stuff go. But like, in terms of dealing with confrontation, lads love to give it the big, nobody fucks with me, I'm the top dog. I'm Billy Big Bollocks, nobody messes with me, or if they do, guys are going out of their way to look intimidating and threatening. You're like, alright, whatever, let's see you in action then. See, when the odds are stacked against them, let's see how they react then, If there's one other lad with them, there's like 3 girls, as happened before. Or say you're out with a mate, and you're out with your girlfriends. A double date, and there's like a group of 8 lads. How does that fella deal with that situation? How do you deal with that situation? I don't think you should be going around throwing haymakers unless they attack you. Because as I say, you don't want your girlfriend getting covered in blood and being worried sick that you're going to get killed or down at the police station. No, I don't think any self-respecting woman wants that. What they want is to know that you're going to look after them, stay with them, keep them safe, and not let your ego get in the way. And for the young lads out there who are feeling insecure and thinking, oh, I'm such a weakling, I'm such a pussy, I can't deal with conflict, you might be honest about it. Have confidence. Have a good group of people around you that you can count on. Don't go places that make you feel super uncomfortable. I've done it, and it just makes you feel insecure. You're already at a disadvantage. Look after your heads, guys. Be with a good group of people. Know your own self-worth. Know that you've just as much right to be anywhere as anyone else. Look after your good friends. Appreciate good friends. Have their back. They'll have yours. And guys, I'll leave it on that. Thanks very much. Just thought this was important to make, so cheers.